If you've ever found yourself arguing with your screaming, thrashing toddler, you know that feeling where your chest gets tight and you just think, why is nothing I'm saying working? I've been there. Even as a teacher with a background in child development, I used to stand there as the logical parent, trying to reason with my 3-year-old, only to realize I was actually making the meltdown 3 times longer. See, what most of us don't realize is that when your child is mid-explosion, the thinking part of their brain has been switched off. You're talking to a brick wall. Here are the 3 mistakes you're probably making right now that are fueling the fire and what you should actually say to shut down a tantrum before you lose your mind. Before I get to the 3 things, I want to give you one piece of context that makes all of this make sense. When your toddler is in the middle of a tantrum, a real one, full explosion mode, the thinking part of their brain is offline, completely. The part that processes language, weighs consequences, responds to logic, gone. What is running the show instead is the emotional brain, the one that only knows, I feel something big and I cannot handle it. That is not an excuse for the behavior, but it is the reason why so many of our instincts in that moment backfire. We are trying to talk to a part of the brain that is not available right now. Keep that in the back of your mind as I walk through these 3 things, because it explains all of them. Mistake number 1, the dinner table power struggle. You've just made dinner and your toddler looks at the plate and decides they don't want it. They might push the plate away, yell no, or just start crying. Hundreds of parents that I've spoken to have been through this, including myself. Our instinct, which is completely understandable, is to hold the line. You're gonna eat it. There is nothing else. Sit down and try it. Then when you realize it, it is no longer about the food. It is about who wins. And an overwhelmed toddler at the end of a long day will absolutely go to the mat before they let you win. So what actually works? This is what I tell parents. Give your child time to eat only while the family is having dinner together. Do not force it. You do not bargain. You do not make a separate meal. When the family finishes dinner, the plate comes away without warning. You can just say, okay, dinner is done. Now, if they come to you an hour later and say they are hungry, your answer is the same plate of food from dinner, not a snack, not something different, not cereal or crackers because it is easier. You can warm it up and sit with them. But the option on the table is the dinner they did not eat. What is close to bedtime and they say they are hungry? Offer the plate 20 or 30 minutes before bedtime. Put it in front of them and give them the chance. If they say no, then that's it. No more food until morning, which is hard, but what you are really doing is very important. You are teaching them that the dinner table is the time for dinner. Just, this is the food. This is the time. The choice is yours. And when they are hungry enough, they will eat. The power struggle disappears because there is nothing to struggle over. You are simply holding the boundary as a parent, and they will eventually learn. But what do you do in situations where your child explodes? Mistake number 2. Trying to reason with your child mid-explosion. This is the one that surprises parents the most when I explain it, because it feels like the right thing to do. When your child is upset, you want to help and you try to talk them through it. Why are you crying? We do not act like this. Can you use your words and tell me what is wrong? And they don't understand at that moment. In fact, it usually makes it worse. And now I know why, because like I said, the thinking brain is offline. You are speaking to a part of the brain that cannot hear you right now. So here is the thing most parents do not know. Before you can reason with a child, before any of your words can reach them, you have to help them calm down first. And here is what that actually looks like. You walk in calmly, you get close, and in a quiet and steady voice, you ask, "What is going on?" Wait a few seconds and they might answer or not, and that is okay, remember. You are not there to fix it right now. You are there to be with them, to sit beside them while the outburst passes. Your calm presence is the thing that helps their nervous system come back down. Just you, steady, not panicked by their feelings, not matching their energy. And once they start to come back, once the crying slows, once they look at you, that is when you can talk. The rule I always give parents is this: connect first, talk second, every single time. Once you feel that shift, and you will feel it before you see it, then you can gently ask what happened. Then you can problem solve together. Now you can talk to your child, and he/she will listen. Mistake number 3: matching the energy when screen time ends. This one is so common and so exhausting. You told your child they could watch one show or have 30 minutes of iPad time. When the time is up, you let them know, and they explode in a big tantrum, crying, screaming, even throwing themselves on the floor. And you, who are also tired, who are also at the end of your rope, match it. Your voice goes up, the frustration comes out, and now you have 2 dysregulated people in the room, and nobody is coming down anytime soon. Here is how to fix it, and it starts before the meltdown. When you give your child screen time, tell them up front how much time they have. You have 30 minutes of iPad time. That's it. And then, 5 minutes before that time is up, you go back and remind them. You have 5 more minutes left, and then we are done with iPad today. That heads up is everything. Because when the timer goes off, they have already been told it is coming. Their brain has had 5 minutes to start adjusting to what is coming. And when the time is up and they still push back, because sometimes they will, your answer stays the same. Calm voice, same words. The time is done. We can do iPad again tomorrow. Hold the boundary of what you said. Because every time the boundary moves, their brain learns. If I push hard enough, the answer changes. And that is what creates the explosion the next time. The boundary that holds consistently, kindly, calmly, every time is the boundary that eventually stops being a fight. Here is the thing I want you to take away from all 3 of these. The common thread is predictability. When your child knows what to expect, when dinner has a clear routine, when screen time has a clear end, when a meltdown is met with your steady calm instead of more chaos, their nervous system starts to settle. Over time, the brain that used to fight everything starts to trust that the container holds. And a toddler who trusts the container needs to test it a lot less. You're trying to be so consistent and so steady that there is nothing left to win. If one of these 3 things made something click for you today, drop it in the comments. Tell me which one hit home and how old your toddler is. I read every single one. I will see you in the next one.